In this video, I'm going to walk you through all of the side quests for Act 2, just like I did for Act 1, so if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. And it will include full dialogue, so you'll get all the story. And with that said, if you liked the video, leave it a like, and consider subscribing for more guides to come, and let's get started. The first side quest in Act 2, I'm going to show you, is Punsih the Wicked. And you can come here to this corner, near Last Light Inn and Shadowed Battlefield, and then speak to He Who Was.
Where lies your guilt?
The waning moon.
When you have lived as long as I, such simple magic becomes second nature. A fair point. Perhaps this one could assist us. The murdered lie silent. The raven asks, will you be their voice? She is not the victim. Nay, she is the perpetrator. This woman tended a bar where she took her patrons, her friends, into her confidence, promised their secrets were safe with her. Yet she turned their words into knives and stabbed them in the back. They died because of her, and to this day her victims lie unavenged. You see it as I do. I seek a record of this one's crimes, written in her own hand. Through it, I can summon her spirit and force her to face trial for her crimes. Such spells are ancient secrets and closely guarded. But I could be convinced to share them with an ally. Your soul sparks with justice, with fortitude. This is your chance to bring a murderer to justice, to avenge her victims. Will you take it? I thank you, as do those who died by her words. Go to the distillery, the one she calls the Waning Moon. Find the ledger and bring it to me.
And now to continue the quest, you can make your way down over to the Waning Moon over here. And to continue Punsih the Wicked, you can head over to the Moonrise Towers waypoint here in Wraithwind Town. Just go over to the left side and go to the Waning Moon. You can go down here and then speak to this guy.
Son of Thorn! Son of Sword Coast! Go on! Cheers! Bottoms up! Go nuts!
The curse has wrecked this man. This is no life. This is torture.
Leaning in, you can see how the creature's skin barely holds it together. The bulge of its belly is on the cusp of bursting wide open.
Oh, look at the thing. A few more tastes of its own medicine and it'll burst.
Go on, cling! drank, be drunk. You and I both, to our good health.
The liquid burns your throat as you swallow, but otherwise you feel no ill effects.
Elixir. But such a small sip you take. Fear not. You will soon quaff as I do. Now tell me the story. A fable, a saga. Delight me. How we long for a feast. Filling, gorging. Oh, the time with devils. You ask, you drink, then you amaze, enthuse, astound me. Again.
Your belly rumbles as the vile brew fills it, yet your mind remains miraculously steady.
More stories. Tell me of foes fell, villains vanquished, beasts bastard. Molten, hot, heavy. We saw such a beast in my latrine. A fierce foe. Ask, question, make your query, and drink once more. Father Catherine's laughter, not joy, not ever, never, only laughter. Now drink it deep.
Each swig is as painful as the last, but you remain in otherwise sound mind and body.
I know you. I knew. I know. I am knowing. Father sent, ordered, commanded. Don't say it. Don't say it. Cage. Her cage. Talk and perish. Die. Buried. Buried in Thorn Tomb. Father told me. I can't bear it. No, nay, neither. Too strong.
And there we have it. It is now safe to go ahead and head behind the bar here. And then you'll need to pass a perception check, and you'll find a Madeline's Ledger that you can use. Go ahead and read it. And now we can head back to He Who Was. So go back up that way. Now I am back at He Who Was, and just a heads up, if you want to get the Raven's Glove quest reward from him, you'll have to do everything he wants you to do, which is basically torture the dead person. So do that.
The air stirs in trepidation. You have the ledger. We have it. Her lies, her guilt. Madeline reported her friends to a dark justiciar and fled when they were butchered. Well, she flees no more. I will be the conduit for Madeline's spirit. I will force her to face trial, and you will be the judge. Make her beg. Make her suffer. The Raven was right. We were fated to meet. Break her, my friend, most thoroughly. Witness.
You. He said I was gonna be punished. That you'd be the judge. But I didn't mean to hurt anyone. But this wasn't supposed to happen. I swear! I said it didn't mean nothing. That Ben and Mark were just drunk and whining. The Dark Justiciar promised she was gonna chat with him. She promised! You didn't see it. Didn't see what the Dark Justiciar did. She gave him a dagger each. And told him to press it against their stomachs on the count of 3. To start stabbing. And not stop till she said so. She never said stop. I'd do anything to take it back. Anything.
Obviously, if you make him stab himself, that doesn't give you the request reward, so don't do that one.
You're right. I'm a killer. A monster. I should have died instead.
Glorious. Look, my hand still shakes. You broke her most thoroughly. Well done. If you are satisfied, then so am I. You have done well. Her pain and anguish were sublime. I will treasure it. Here, for your services. However, a friendly warning. Be careful, or you may be the next murderer I bring to justice.
And that's how you get the Raven Gloves and complete the quest. Next up we have the Hide and Seek quest with Oliver. You can come to the shadowed battlefield, and then come to this little ruined house. And there'll be a little kid here.
Someone. Boo! I scared you! I saw it! Nobody beats me at hide and seek. Will you play with me?
Not an ordinary child, but not a spectre either. One part of a greater whole, something ancient and oddly sad.
I don't know what you mean. I'm just me. I have a mummy, a daddy, a pet doggy. All right, I'll hide and you seek. Find me and you win. Get ready, and no cheating.
And you'll find him right here.
You weren't supposed to find me. You weren't supposed to win. Good idea. You're smarter than some playmates I've had. They always tried to leave before I was done with them. Try to find me again, but my family will be looking for you at the same time, so don't get caught!
Alright, and then he'll go in here, and I'm going to cast invisibility on myself so I don't get caught.
You're good at this. Are you sure you didn't cheat? But I can't let you think me a bad sport. Here's your prize. You'll need it.
And then he will give you the Ring of Shadows. Not technically a side quest just yet, but it is something interesting here in Act 2 at Last Light Inn. You can talk to the strange ox once again. This is a continuation from the Act 1, where you spoke with him there. And then you can also get an actual side quest in Act 3 from him.
No, still incapable. Not for you to know. Well, come close. Your mind to mine. Are you satisfied? A kindred spirit. But I only wish to be an ox. Do you understand? How very kind. I'm so glad you understand. Here, a little token between friends for your discretion.
And real quick, I'd like to mention the 2 bad guy quests that I can't do, the Decide Minthara's Fate quest and Capture Isobel the Selunite Cleric. I'm gonna go good guy choices, so I can't do these 2, but those 2 quests do exist. Next up there is some dialogue you can do with Rescue the Grand Duke here in Last Light Inn. All you have to do is talk to Counselor Floric. This is the lady you saved in Joaquin's Rest in Act 1.
He still won't speak. Just keeps going with the bloody song.
Nothing of use on his person.
His original writ of duty, signed by Eltan himself. Fella must be one of the very first Flaming Fist.
He must know something. Let's not give up on him yet.
Floric.
Will? Gods, please, no. The Blade of Frontiers was supposed to be my secret weapon. We believe the cultists have taken your father to Moonrise Towers. I don't suppose you found a way in? Merciful Timora. That's the first piece of good news I've heard since Elturel. But I'm not pinning all my hopes on you. I trust you will do everything you can to free the Duke. But in case you don't find a way, I'll be heading to Baldur's Gate to seek reinforcements. The Council sent a carrier pigeon with news that the city has been dealing with absolutist attacks. The Steel Watch is holding strong. I'll request that Lord Gortash send some of them to aid in the fight against Moonrise. The curse won't harm them.
Gortash, as in Enver Gortash. Last I knew, he was a minor player in city affairs.
A lot's changed since you left Baldur's Gate, Will. Gortash has gained considerable influence since then. The Steel Watch are the future of warfare. Gondian automatons that can be sent into battle without risking any lives. Except those of our enemies. Lord Gortash had only completed work on the prototypes before Ravengard and I left for Elturel, but even they were formidable. With the Steel Watch at our backs, we can storm the tower whatever Ketheric throws at us, I'm sure of it. I'll do my best, but there's every chance I'll fall to the curse or the cult before I reach the city. Don't count on me and assume no aid is coming. Work with Jaheira. That Harper's mind is as sharp as her blade. Follow her guidance. Farewell. We'll meet again, God's willing.
And then directly after speaking with Counselor Floric, we can talk to Art Cullagh here and begin his little side quest to wake him up. Wake up, Art Cullagh.
Seems like a good moment to talk.
Flame Cullagh. That's your name, isn't it? Art Cullagh? I'm Fistula.
Nathaniel and me are climbing up a tree.
We need you, sir. One of our own's been taken, a Grand Duke. You might know something that could help us bring him back. We found him out in the shadows, just wandering. Nothing survives out there for long. Don't know how he made it, or where he came from.
This is no physical ailment. It is a spiritual malaise. The man's mind has been gripped by the Shadowfell, yet it has not broken.
No idea, I'm afraid. Whoever it is must be someone important to him. He's been saying the same thing over and over, ever since we found him. If you know how to get through to him, don't hesitate.
He spent a long time in the Shadowfell, a Sharan realm without color or light. It's had a terrible effect on him. Without a reminder of who he is, of what he held dear, his mind will remain lost to the darkness. His fingertips sport calluses and toughened skin, as if from manual labor, or playing a stringed instrument, perhaps.
This was in his pocket. He doesn't seem to have any reaction to it now, but he held on to it for 100 years anyway. If he does, he isn't sane.
And now, later on, we can go pick up a lute instrument of his. And the next side quest is continuing to talk to Arabella here in the Wraithwind town. And you'll need to have saved her in Act 1, so make sure you did that.
Hey! I know you! You're... Twist 'em up!
Wait, that's Arabella, is it not? Looks like she's got some new weave up her sleeve.
Sorry. It knocks the wind right out of me. I don't think so. I'm good. Well, kinda good. That druid idol I took? It changed me. I can do all sorts of stuff now, not just the vines. I think real hard and say some loud words and then it happens. Mostly. That's who I'm looking for. Mum and Pops, I mean. When Zevlor... when he... well... there was an ambush. Mum yelled, "Run!" So we ran. I could hear him running behind me. Till I couldn't. Still can't find him. But I bet you can. You'll help me, I just know it. Thanks, mister. I knew you'd help me again. The vines won't last forever. I don't suppose I can stay with you. Just till you find Mum and Pops. I won't be any trouble, I swear it. Oh, thanks. You're the best. So you send Mum and Pops there. I'll be waiting, hero man.
And then she'll run off, and you'll need to find her parents, and she'll also give you the quest to find Zevlor. And her parents are literally just right around the corner. Just right over this way. And I'm going to go ahead and use Speak with Dead, just to see what happened to him.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Arabella's father. Poor man met a ghoulish end.
Surgeon. Sisters. Elturel. Look. Husband to Chimera. Father to Arabella. Zevlor. Betrayed. Ran. Shelter.
The corpse remains silent. It does not know. The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
And now we can head back to camp and do a long rest and speak to Arabella.
Hey, you. I made it. Easy peasy. You find Mum and Pops? No. No. I don't believe you. It isn't true. It isn't.
Get away from me! Go!
And she'll be mad, but I'm going to go ahead and do another long rest and then talk to her again.
I don't believe it! They can't be!
Breathe, child. Resist not the winds of change. Let them carry thee.
No. No!
Listen. Dost thou not hear it? Where creation meets ruin, where morning meets midnight, the root of all being. Balance.
They're dead! I can't! Balance.
Your very soul is tangled in shadow. Arabella's magic, wild as cursed briar. Her talent is now yours, too.
The girl must learn the ways of the arcane, but she shan't remain here. The weave knows her purpose. It will guide her plainly, if she listens. Arabella holds a power beyond reckoning, that of the decaying forest and the seedling that bore it. But it is unbalanced. Her yoke is already heavy. If she walks thy path, it will surely break. Arabella will depart once thou dost leave these accursed lands. She will find her way safely. Thus, it is fated.
Bowman, you're making me leave.
Fear not, girl. Abandon not the weave, and it shall not abandon thee.
You feel her grief fade as if it were your own. There is a lightness in her now, veiling the power within, soothing it.
Is that my future? Is that why they died?
It is.
It's wonderful. Thank you, Bowman, for being nice. If there are people like you around, perhaps everything will be all right.
And then she'll give you this Shadow Blade ring that gives you a pretty cool spell. And that concludes that one. And to start the Investigate the Selunite Resistance side quest, you'll head up to the Last Light Inn. And you can enter through either the cellar or the place that I'm about to show you, just right over here. Go into the cursed building, make sure you have protection from Shadow Curse if you want to do it this way. And then go down the roots right here. And then when you come in here, there'll be a bunch of enemies to fight. They're not that hard. Just go ahead and wipe them out, and then go ahead and interact with Halfred's note. And that's how you start the side quest. Investigate the Selunite Resistance. And now we can head over to the Masons Guild. And to continue Investigate the Selunite Resistance, head over to the Masons Guild near Wraithwind Town. Make sure you have a source of shadow protection to be here at all. If you haven't done that, go kill Karnus and get his moon lantern. And then once you're here, go inside. There will be a hatch over this way.
Something over there. A pile of crushed bones of varying shapes, sizes, and creatures.
Head down over here. You'll need to pass a perception check for this.
What's that?
And if you don't have the key, which you get from Mattis in Last Light, you can lockpick it. Unfortunately for me, Mattis is not there because of the Dark Urge killing Alfira. That chest is trapped and doesn't have anything in it. When you come through here, you'll need to do a fight, And I'll go ahead and fight it all and skip to the end of it. And once he's defeated, or the shadows are defeated, you can go over to the Mason's log here. And you can read that if you want to. But that completes the quest, and then you can go over here, and there's a gilded chest, and I'll show you what's in it.
Right.
It is trapped.
Better be careful not to trigger that thing.
And inside the chest, you'll find the Helmet of Arcane Acuity. Now, if you want to continue the Wake Up Art quest, just head to here at the House of Healing in Wraithwind Town. And then we're going to go inside.
Here to see the doctor? Are we poorly? Are we desperately poorly? Oh, not so well. But well enough to wait. Join the line, and you will be seen. Yes, yes, but all must wait. The doctor's hands are full. Join the line. You will be seen.
There's a hint of recognition in her eyes as she studies you.
The unseen wounds of war. The doctor's hand will close them. Down to the theater. Be swift. Be saved.
And now we can make our way through. And I think I'm going to do this one as my main
Still
character.
alive. So that's progress.
The objective of the Scalpel Sisters is to soothe. For the scalpel indeed is an extension of Shah. See how the patient reacts when I but stroke the right nerve. Hear its comfort, hear the very melody of mercy. Pray, sister, show us the extent of your beneficence. Stop. Stay your hand, for it slaps where it should stroke. We can hardly hear the patient's sighs of solace. Perhaps it is our unexpected audience that makes you quiver. Come, step forward. You are no sister, but that matters none. Every student is welcome. Behold, sisters, the very face of ignorance, one who mistakes tenderness for torture. Go on, acquaint the face of ignorance with the true object of our studies.
Absence.
Absence. No other word captures the heart of Shah so very perfectly. It is the scalpel-led journey that leads from pain to peace.
Hells. Only a monster would inflict misery and call it medicine.
See? What is the light of eyes but the cancer that causes one to witness the laceration of being? If light is the symptom, then darkness is the cure. For in light there is presence, but in darkness there is absence.
In light is presence, in darkness, absence.
You are well on your way. but one white orb disfigures you still. Let us finish the cure.
You remember a Sharon maxim. Go forth and sow doubt, but do not compel it, for only the willing may know the lady's embrace.
Only the willing may know the lady's embrace. You know her teaching well. And yet these sisters must exercise their gifts, for the art of absence lies in its execution. How to proceed? I wonder. I see now. By example, I must edify and quell the light that blinds us. Come, sisters, soothe me.
And now that he's dead, you can just loot him. And you'll find the battered loot, and you'll need this for the quest to wake up Art. And now I'm returning to the Last Light Inn to turn in the loot. Well, not turn it in, but show him
You're
it.
not wrong, though.
Monsters snuffling and stalking in the shade where we are walking. Daniel! He's still trapped there. He needs help. My loot. You got it back. How? You killed a Thorn. The Ketheric's elite. How did you... Never mind. He needs us. Needs our help. I've been lost in the shadows so long. And I met a boy there, too. Thaniel. He's the only reason my mind survived that emptiness, that loss. He told me about someone he knew. Someone called Halsin, a druid. Thaniel spoke of little else. Do you know him? Please. Hurry! Thaniel is more than just a boy. He's the spirit of the land. And he's all alone. Without him, the curse won't lift. He said Halsin could help. Find Halsin. Please.
And now we can go back to camp and talk to Halsin.
The shadow curse is upon us. As foul as I remember it. Perhaps even worse. But with the Oak Father's blessing, we may soon see it banished from these lands.
Do number 4.
A survivor? Sylvanus blesses us. This could be just the person we need to speak to. Thaniel is no ordinary child. He is the very spirit of this land. If this fist knows where he is, then perhaps we can save him. Save everything. I will go to see him at once. Join me when you can.
Alright, now you can make your way back to the Fist.
that if the eyes are the mirror to the soul, yours have dark curtains across the mirror.
You're Halsin. Thaniel said to find you. You must help him, please.
I will, but I need to know where Thaniel is. If I venture into the Shadowfell blind, I will never find him.
I'm not sure I can put it into words. The landscape there shifts and changes. Lavender. Whenever I saw Thaniel, I always smelled lavender.
I can work with that. Rest now. Meet me by the lakeshore. I have what we need to proceed, but I'll need your help. Be ready. This may prove perilous.
And now I'm over at the shore, gonna talk to Halsin, and completing this quest actually unlocks him as a playable companion. So that's pretty cool.
You're here. Good. Now we can begin. Very well. Once I begin the ritual, a portal to the Shadowfell will open, one that will help me save Thaniel. Whatever happens, I must go alone. With the Oakfather's blessing, I can infiltrate the Shadowfell, but doing so will sap my strength. I'll need your help if I'm to return. I need you to stay here, keep the portal open until I return, and defend it at all costs. Good. Now it's important that only I pass through the portal once it opens. The magic is fragile. Any mistake, and our one chance will be lost forever. It took me years of study, of seeking the Oakfather's favor, to find a way to part the veil. Pray that this works. Oakfather, hear me. Aid me. Force open the jaws of darkness. Make passage for your vessel of light. It's ready. I'll return with Thaniel as soon as possible. Stay close to the portal. Buy me what time you can.
And just as he said, go ahead and defend this portal from all the attacking enemies. I recommend focusing the archers first because they will shoot at it. I'm going to go ahead and skip the fight.
It's done. I have him. But something's wrong. Dreadfully wrong. No. It can't be. No. But some part of him is missing. He's hollow. I need to examine him back at the camp. Come see us when you can.
And we're going to go back to camp.
Thaniel is resting, but it's no easy slumber. I discovered what's wrong with him. The shadows rendered him in two when they bore him away to the Shadowfell. Half of his essence remained here, amidst the curse. What stayed behind would have been the strongest part of him. But after all these years left in the darkness, corruption must have taken hold. It's both simple and not. We need to find Thaniel's missing half and make him whole again. Only the missing half may not come willingly. The curse will have sunk its tendrils deep, twisting Thaniel's essence into something else. And you saw this boy yourself. That can't be a coincidence, but we need to be sure. And I truly mean we, if you wish. Every moment counts, and I've asked much of you already without being at your side. This doesn't have to be your burden alone. Every moment, if you want me, I'm yours. against the curse, against the absolute. Anything. Just say the word. I'll be ready.
Alright, now we can go back to Oliver, that little kid we talked to before with the invisibility. And I'm back at the shadowed battlefield. Just gonna go back and speak to Oliver once again.
Not back to glow, are you? Nobody likes a bad winner.
Though shrouded in shadows, the child's resemblance to Thaniel is unmistakable. This must be his dark half, warped by the curse.
I still think you might have tricked me. If you did, I'll figure it out. Spoil sport. I'm not going back. I like it here. I made a family for myself. I get to play all the time. Yes, I do. You can't make me do anything. I don't want to play with you anymore.
He's scarpered. We'd better track him down if the shadows don't stop us first.
And now you'll need to battle the shadows, and I'll go ahead and skip that.
Why couldn't you just leave me alone? Why can't I just stay here playing? I had everything I've ever wanted, right here! And you've ruined it. I'm not leaving. You can't make me. He's nothing to me. He left me here all this time. I had to do everything for myself. Even when it was scary, even when I was alone. I didn't give up. But would he even want me back? I've changed. A lot. So I wouldn't have to make up friends to play with anymore. I'd have someone real. I'd like that. And he would too, I think. All right, I'll do it. I want to do it. Bye. And thank you for playing with me.
And now we can return back to camp once again. And speak with Hausen. I believe he's over here.
Thaniel rests well. He's healing very rapidly, now that Oliver has returned to him. I knew I could put my faith in you. If only we had met sooner. No more than my right hand can absorb my left. Oliver is helping Thaniel to recover. They both lie dormant, like trees awaiting spring. Once the curse is lifted, they can stand as one or as a pair. Whatever they wish. I hope they will remain as a pair. It will be good for them both to have a friend, once I'm gone. Still, I would like to return here someday. See Thaniel and Oliver again. In my meditations, or perhaps in person, if the Oak Father wills it. I hope he does. I have. But perhaps there is more that I want. Anyway, once the curse is lifted, nature can take its course without me. I belong at your side.
The druid Hausen spoke to me while I was sleeping. He spoke of you. Said that you fought shadow and spite to restore me. 100 years of sickness almost ended. I feel every root that riddles the earth beginning to unfold. But there is one anchor, still holding the shadows in place. The soul that brought it into being. For the land to heal. Ketheric Thorm must die.
Alright, and now we'll have to kill Ketheric Thorm, so let's go ahead and get started doing that. And now I'm at the docks at Moonrise Towers, and I'm going to do rescue Wulbren and rescue the Tieflings. Just as a quick heads up, normally you would do rescue the Tiefling stuff over here with Roland and Alfira and Bex, but I didn't realize when I created my character that the Dark Urge just kills Alfira unless you knock her out. So he did kill her against my will, unfortunately, so I couldn't do that part of the quest here. But that's okay, because I can still complete the quest by rescuing the Tieflings in the prison, so I'm going to go ahead and do that.
Your conversation has been cut short. These prisoners are for Disciple Belthazar's attention only. Your association with Disciple Belthazar inspires respect and a touch of fear. You are free to speak to the prisoners.
The gnomes. Speak to the gnomes.
And now we can go over and speak to the gnomes.
You ordered that guard about as if you were the Absolute herself. What do you want with us, exactly? Huh. And why would you be so inclined? Barkus is out here? Didn't think he had the stones. Well, if he sent you, you're no slave to the Absolute. You're a damn wolf among sheep, aren't you? I reckon you and I were meant to meet. I'm Wulbren. We've got a plan, for us and the Tieflings both. But we're scuppered without the right equipment. We need tools. That head case of a warden robbed ours, but anything that breaks rock will do. Even if it's not Iron Hand quality. Whatever you find, throw it through the bars. But for the love of Gerdel, make sure a guard doesn't see you. Or we're both done for.
And now you'll need to find a bludgeoning weapon to give to him. If you don't have one on you, you can go through here, and then upstairs you'll find Wulbren's hammer. But I'm just going to give him one of the ones that I
Your feet fly
have.
fast, my friend. Any luck with those tools? Good work. We're gonna wait until it's quiet, and then bust out the back wall. We'll grab the Tieflings along the way. We'll need them if it comes to a fight. You, however, are the clincher. Once we move, keep the patrols busy. If the bastards spot us, all of bloody Moonrise will come down on us. We'll move once it's quiet. Until then, be ready.
And then eventually they're going to start hitting this wall, and then the guards will start to come out, and then you'll have to fight them. And now I'll go ahead and fight the guards and defend them from getting killed, and then I'll see you on the other side. And now that I have all the guards defeated, I can wait for them to break this rope here.
Boat's good to go. All that's left is to ship off. My plan for now is to hide out on the water. Unless you have a better idea.
You can either go with them or stay here.
Something survived in this hellscape. You should have led with that. See you there.
And now we can head back to Last Light. The reason I didn't go with them is because there's a long sort of little thing where some guy inspects them for like 10 minutes, and it just takes too long. And that's Rescue the Tieflings complete.
It is clear, Mom. Good. We'll leave soon. We don't want any surprises.
Oh, you made it. Well done. Steering a boat is hardly a challenge. And this place is near a beacon in the darkness. Now, was there something else?
Did I not already? How remiss of me. Here, that should cover your services. I have plans in Baldur's Gate. The work of many years' labor that will finally bear fruit. You should look for me once we're in the city. The name Wulbren Bongle will be mentioned among many, I've little doubt. That's Iron Hand gnome business.
You recall stories of the Iron Hand gnomes, a talented group of inventors who were banished from Baldur's Gate.
Do not speak of a story you only know the half of. We are inventors of the highest order, matched, perhaps, but never surpassed by the Gondians at the High House of Wonders. But our forebears were foolish, complicit with Saravok's madness over a century past. And so, we were banished. We still are to this day. The very one. It's the only mistake the Iron Hand gnomes ever made. And it cost us everything. I have fought tooth and nail to restore our reputation. Particularly against the Gondian detractors who live in glass houses. Our return to Baldur's Gate will usher in a new era for the Iron Hand gnomes. The realm deserves the benefit of our genius. Appreciate it.
And he'll give you some gold, and that is Rescue Wulbren complete. And now we can go ahead and start Kill Raphael's old enemy, as well as continue Find the Nightsong that we started in Act 1 by heading up to the top, above the House of Healing. And we're going to talk with Raphael here.
Our hero thought but of treasure ahead, did not consider the peace of the dead. Through the dark he went creeping, and awoke what was sleeping. A new grave they dug, which he himself fed. This is no night you can sleepwalk through, somnambulist. You must be wide, wide awake to survive. I've grown quite fond of you, you know, in my way. I thought it only fair to warn you about the dangers ahead. Oh, we both know they are soon to be revealed. It would be pointless of me to try to bar you from entering. But I can set the scene, as it were. Prepare you for your role. There is a stage down in the dark upon which a great drama has suspended itself in time. Its actors dwell there still, mired in the languor of their long, tired scenes. If you, however, through the dark, go creeping and awake what is sleeping, chances are many more graves than yours alone will soon be fed. Very well. There is a creature that lurks in silence and shadow. A creature who, like me, is very much of the infernal persuasion. Should it make its way out through the very doors you are about to brazenly swing open, you'll have unleashed a pestilence upon this realm. In truth, it is carnage incarnate. So if you meet the devil of which I speak, kill it. Consider no other course of action. This creature and I go back a long way. I admit it would be in my best interest as well should it remain trapped in the dark. Or misplace its head, perhaps? I should not relish its reacquaintance. Let's leave it at that. You have it in you to author a thrilling finale if you heed this warning. Do not underestimate this opponent. At best, you will have the blink of an eye to strike. Strike first, strike true, defy the odds, for they are distinctly in its favor. That much I owe the bastard to concede. After all, if there is one rule I hold dear, it's that one must always give the devil his due.
And to continue that quest, we'll need to head inside the mausoleum, but I'm going to go ahead and grab this waypoint real quick. And the first thing I'm going to do inside of the Grand Mausoleum is speak with Belthazar. And I know he is technically part of the main quest, but the main quest and Find the Nightsong are the same thing, so I'll include it in the video just because it's interesting dialogue.
You dog! You prowl my battleground. Why? Are you friend? Foe? Thieving scavenger?
You find yourself in a dead, putrid skull, somehow hosting a tadpole amongst a squirm of maggots. Another presence lurks within, manipulating the corpse like a puppet.
A friend. An uninvited friend. I did not request help. Did she now? Enter. I will see if I have any use for you. Stinking pile of ogre afterbath! The quakes herald the shadows. They found me.
And I'm going to go ahead and do the fight and then skip past it. And now I'm going to go inside and talk to him.
It's been a long day.
Ah, the interloper. And in one piece as well. Not just any true soul would have succeeded in following my path through this place. You should be pleased. General Thorn? Rubbish. Everything is at hand here. Z'rell merely envies the General's faith in me. I am in the midst of a grand strategy. But you're here now, and I may be able to put those limbs to work. You know what's at stake here, I take it.
It comes back to you. Balthazar headed a monastic order that controlled a place called Ankethran in the deserts of Kalimshan, but he is long dead from what you recall.
Oh, him. Yes, I decided to take his name for myself. After taking his rib bones. Suits me better, I think. But enough idle chatter. Keep to the matter at hand. You do know what's at stake here, yes? There is a relic here. One which General Thorm desires. No, needs. I will retrieve it for him, and you will help me. Ignorant you may be, you've shown some prowess in scouting and combat by making it this far. Fine, if it'll spare me your bleating. The relic lends the general his strength, his invulnerability. It must be recovered before his enemies attempt to exploit it. Promising flesh, wasted on an idiot mind, I see. I'll salvage what parts I can from you.
And now I'm going to go ahead and fight him, and see you on the other side. And there actually wasn't any dialogue or anything, just loot to get from him. And you can get Circle of Bones, as well as a Summon Golem Bell, and the Soul Cage Research. And now we can do the Kill Raphael's Old Enemy quest here in the Grand Mausoleum. There's a number of ways you can do this quest. You can kill him, you can break his contract, or you can convince him to kill himself. I'm just going to kill him, but if you decide to break his contract, you can head over here and talk to this rat guy up this way, and kill the rat guy, and that will break the contract.
So much blood.
What the hell's been happening?
Something's wrong.
What's this? Fresh entertainment? But you're too fresh for this place, aren't you? There's a whiff of the surface to you. A new arrival, then. You burrow too deep, little rabbit. I don't talk to prey. There's something else, almost hidden by your fear stink. Cherries. Musk. And sulfur. Raphael! I can smell him all over you. Where is he? That perfume trickster swindled me. Trapped me. Where is he? Spit it out. Now!
Careful. I'm not sure we want Raphael as an enemy.
If you won't speak, then you don't need to draw breath. Tell me what I want, or I'll feed you to my pet over a 10-day and keep you alive to watch.
I'm going to go ahead and attack him.
Bold of you. Stupid, but bold.
And I'll go ahead and skip the fight. And then once your gear's dead, you can loot him and get yourself the Hellfire Hand Crossbow. And then also you'll need to go down and pick up that umbral gem, so you can place it in the pedestal over here. And now we can do the few trials and get the umbral gems, that way we can go down and find the nightsong. And the first trial is the soft step trial. And normally you would go through this trial and avoid like these enemies that are in here and make it to the end. But I actually just went ahead and lockpicked all the doors and walked back with one of my characters, that way I can avoid having to deal with the enemies. And now I'm going to go ahead and start the trial now that my character is already over there.
The bowl contains an ancient rust-colored bloodstain. It forms a neat disc, as if spilled calmly and willingly. You recognize this as a trial where initiates would prove themselves to Lady Shah. This one would put their skills of stealth and infiltration to the test.
And now I'm just going to go back to my other character and grab the gem. And now we can do the next trial. Next up we have the self-same trial. And this one's pretty straightforward and doesn't really need an explanation. When you start it, you'll fight a mirrored group of your own party. Just go ahead and fight it all and kill it. And grab the umbral gem. I'm not going to do all that in the video because it's pretty self-explanatory. And now we can do the final trial. The Faith Leap trial downstairs. Just go down those stairs.
Here goes nothing.
Another bowl.
What am I supposed to do?
Stop here. Go here. And grab the gem. And now we have all of them and can go down and find the nightsong. And now we can do the silent library, just right next to the trial we just did. So go ahead and head in. And then you'll have to fight these guys, and I'll go ahead and do that and then skip. Then once they're all dead, you'll need to loot these bookcases and look for a book. They're trapped. And here's the book we need, Teachings of Loss. Go ahead and pick it up. And then lockpick this portcullis. And then place the book in here.
What can silence the nightsong?
That will go down.
Mine. Better be careful not to trigger that thing.
And you can find the Spear of Night right here, and you'll need this to continue the quest.
This is no ordinary spear.
And then more loot in these chests.
Best keep it close.
And now I'm going to head back over to the pedestal and start placing those umbral gems.
Wait. Nothing. Nothing's wrong at all. It's fine. Really. I just feel we're on the right track. I'm right where I need to be. Under Lady Shah's gaze.
Now we can head down below and place the rest of them.
That disc is moving. Might be useful to navigate this place.
ever.
And now we can go down to the Shadowfell.
This must be where initiates undertook their final preparations.
You show
The end
great
is near.
potential. Do not falter.
This must be the last step. I need to pray. Only by Lady Shah's grace did we even make it this far.
Nothing. Shadowheart continues her prayer in silence. She pays you no heed, remaining on her knees.
All right. No need to dash in ahead of me. I'm ready.
Now we can go down in.
Your party is gathered. You are ready. Or so you hope. As you step into the silent water, a foreign dread travels through you. It curls its way up your leg, squeezing tight.
Lady Shah. I can feel her all around. This is her domain. This is the Shadowfell.
Alright, now we are tasked with a choice between killing the nightsong or saving the nightsong. And I'm gonna go with saving the nightsong, like I mentioned earlier. I'll go ahead and skip down to the bottom. And here we are.
I have felt you coming. The first in a century.
You, who have come to seek the praise of your wicked goddess. You, who have come to drive a dagger through my heart.
Not a dagger, a spear. My Lady Shah's spear. Her fate is mine to seal. Let me handle this.
The fate you seal is your own. To be a Dark Justiciar is to turn your heart from everything but loss. You will know no love, no joy, only servitude, until of course your mistress inevitably discards you. And there is much she does not tell you. A terrible blood price that may extend beyond my own death.
You feel Shadowheart bristling. This is important to her. You may yet have the chance to dissuade her from doing her duty, but not without risk to your bond, and Nightsong is not blind to your conflict. Behind that raging heart is the restless beat of one who knows too well that her fate hangs in the balance.
If I have to step over your corpse to fulfill what Lady Shah asks of me, so be it. Your choice.
Well, well, well. What's that I sense? A spear intended for my heart? Empowered by your goddess, aye. Empowered to kill the child of a god. Do you know what I am, little assassin? For I know you. A lost child. Frightened by wolves in the dark.
What did you say?
Much has been promised to you, hasn't it? But what has been taken from you? What do you know of your own heart? Your own life? I sense more in you than you know.
Whatever you think you know of me won't matter once I become who I'm meant to be.
Then you'll need to persuade her.
I can't believe I just did that. Lady Shah will disown me. What will happen to me?
Not what will happen. What will you do? Your past is not yet lost. Your future is not yet fixed. Lay a hand on me in friendship, not quite Sharon. And I will fight the battle that has been waiting for me this last century. Then, oh then, we will have much to discuss. Our Lady of Silver, hear me. She who guides the Moon Maiden Seluna, mother of the so-called nightsong. The nightsong is no more! Resplendent. You have given me a great gift, little warrior. Don't you find it oh so curious that you would spurn your dark lady? Perhaps you feel a stirring of the truth already. But that will come later. There is a battle yet to be fought. You have done what we feared was impossible. You have released me from a century of sorrow. Your power is great. So too must be your weapon. You must choose what you will wield. And the Moon Maiden will provide. Thus I have said. Thus will it be so. Are you ready? To kill Ketheric Thorm.
We need to leave. Lady Shah won't stand for us to be here, not after what we did. I'm not sure there's a place that's far enough away for me to go. Lady Shah must be angry. There's only silence. Let's get out of here, please. Whatever's coming, I don't want to be in the heart of the Shadowfell when it finds me. The nightsong will be headed for Moonrise Towers. We'd better get there and see what she's unleashed against Ketheric Thorm.
And then for saving her, you'll get the Moonlight Glaive, and then later on in Act 3, this will turn into a legendary. And you can also continue Find the Nightsong over in Act 3 as well. And that's the end of that one for now. And now I'm back at Moonrise Towers, so I can assault it. And then that will let me do the Lift the Shadow Curse, and then Find Zevlor down in the Myconid Colony. And the Rescue the Grand Duke quest, I believe that's part of this, maybe? Let me go ahead and start.
There's an illithid parasite in that corpse. You should take a look.
Unshackled from shadows, she will rise in moonlit glory and carve a path of brightness to the accursed one's second death. So saith the wise Alondo. That beacon of angelic wrath has taken the fight to Ketheric on the rooftop, and the first line of defense are dead. But storming the tower won't be easy, and if we wait too long, Ketheric will gather his strength and retaliate. For now, though, he's on the back foot for the first time since he returned from the grave. This is it. The spearhead moment. You brought us this far. So how shall we proceed? If you're hunting one target among many, the key is to isolate and corner it. My Harpers and I will be the noose that closes in around Ketheric, and as it tightens, you'll go in for the kill. Floric left some of her Flaming Fist. They'll scout the prisons and the barracks below to ensure we're not taken by surprise. Say the word, and we're off. At the ready, Harpers! In this light, there will be victory. In this light, we will avenge the fallen! The time has come. Ketheric will taste of death at last.
Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and assault Moonrise Towers. And now that I defeated all the enemies in the tower, I'm going to head upstairs to the ornate door and confront Ketheric.
You. What have you done? What have you done to me? Impossible. You are a thrall, a slave. You serve the Absolute. You serve me. Bow, you dog. Bow! The prism. You've had it all this time. You worm. You will bow before me. And if you will not bow, you will break.
How good it is to see you again, Ketheric. At last you found a godmaster that suits you, it seems.
Halen, the thief. You stole Isobel from me, and now you think you'll take my life in the bargain?
You dare to speak her name. After your crimes innumerable, you would evoke her before me!
Enough. This ends, here and now. At last.
He will crumble at the power of your touch. Give him all you have. The gods fight at our side!
And now I'm going to do the battle.
My lord beckons me. You must return to your prison. and my daughter must be reclaimed.
Your daughter? Isobel.
You will fall as sure as she. This has only begun.
That tentacle was colossal.
And now we can go down into this thing over here to do another side quest, Find Zevlor.
The hole yawns back at you, impossibly wide. A single tentacle burrowed through stone.
This must be where they harvest the tadpoles. We're close to the source of the infections.
I wager that devil.
And now I'm down in the Mind Flayer Colony. I can do Rescue Zevlor somewhere over here. And now that we're down inside the Myconid Colony after fighting Ketheric, we can do Find Zevlor. He's actually inside of one of these Mind Flayer cages.
Your tadpole forms a telepathic connection with the device, and a chorus of static energy fills your mind. Every Mind Flayer in the room calls out hungrily from its pod, seeking release and sustenance. But there are others in the pods, those not yet infected, not yet elithid, terrified, desperate to escape. The device is open to your tadpole's command, to your authority.
And now do the fight.
Hells. I didn't think I was going to make it. Thank you. I owe you an explanation. Much more than that. But first, please, the others, the ambush. Tell me they survived. You've heard some of it, I'm sure. That I froze, or broke, or some other lie that is kinder than the truth. We were ambushed by cultists, yes. And then I heard her, their false god, whispering promises in my mind. I would be a paladin again, with a god's purpose, a god's power. Everything I needed to protect my people. And all the while, the cult tortured them. They fought and ran and died around me, while I imagined myself their savior. By the time I regained my senses, it was too late. I did not just surrender to the Absolute. For a moment, I welcomed it. It would be nice to think so, but whatever these monsters twist us into, I believe it begins in us. I won't make excuses. I can't make amends. But I know something of what you came to do. I want to help, if you'll let me. Ketheric is below. He thinks you're no longer a menace. Descend and show him how wrong he is. If there are any more survivors to be found, I'll find them and lead them out of this place. And you, my friend, and pathetic, inadequate as it is, thank you.
Alright, and that is Find Zevlor complete. Now we need to go down and lift the Shadow Curse by fighting Ketheric Thorm. And now that Zevlor is freed, I am going to lift the Shadow Curse and do the Rescue the Grand Duke next part here at the bottom of the Myconid colony and confront Ketheric Thorm.
No longer a background murmur. The presence in your mind builds to a roar.
We found it. The Absolute is behind this door.
You said it was under control.
It isn't you I answer to, Gortash.
Oh, the general voice. Is this where we salute?
Salute, yes. With cleavers through his blood-starved flesh. How it crawls with failure, like flies on lick-wet carrion.
You forget yourself, Orin. I have played my part.
You've built an army for our masters, true enough. But what of the astral prison? A rogue true soul flaunting it under your nose all this time, and you ran from him.
Sure that they would follow and deliver it into my hands here. If you would cease these distractions.
The distractions have been yours, Ketheric. Perhaps we never should have dug your daughter up. So you haven't lost your edge, but you're still not as sharp as Orin, I wager. The Slayer against the Undying One. That'd be fun to see.
His crypt breath sings to my sinews. Again, 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 again. But he must lead the murder march to Baldur's grave.
If the weapon is truly in your grasp, Ketheric, might I suggest closing your fist? Orin and I can wait for you no longer. The plan proceeds. We're going to the city, and we expect you to follow. Army and the weapon in tow.
The Edict of Bane.
The Lash of Ball!
The Testament of Merkel!
An elder brain. One of the cruelest and most powerful creatures in existence. Enslaved by mere mortals.
Look at that crown. It radiates with power unlike anything I've ever seen. To have it. To hold. Oh, if only I could. But I can't. This is it. I must do as Mystra commands. What choice do I have? More than just a goddess counts of my courage. Whole worlds hang in the balance. I do trust you. More than myself right now. Perhaps even more than Mystra. I have no desire to end your life, you know that. To end it? To struggle on. It is a grave choice you're making for us both. But if it must be so... very well. I'll stand down to stand by you.
There we are. It wouldn't do to fight in front of our guest. Behold, Duke Ravengard, the Absolute.
Whom preserve us?
You wag your word flap in vain, olderling. Once the worm holds the whip, your shredded flesh will serve us.
Shit, no! Father!
Now, it's really time we were going. We will empty this place and begin the march. You may catch up with the army once you've retrieved the weapon. And Ketheric, do try not to sulk. You're supposed to be the fearsome general come to conquer the city. And I am the hero who will save it.
It is time, faithful ones. March on Baldur's Gate. We go to prepare the way.
And now I want to go ahead and fight him.
There you are, as predicted. What is it, I wonder, that draws one toward death like a moth to light? You could have run away, absconded with the prism. The one thing that could prevent me from fulfilling my destiny. But the lure of one's destiny is irresistible, isn't it? Perhaps you hope to learn your place in history before you are erased from it. A bright flash of clarity before the snuffing out. Your place is to die so that I might finally live. Let us speak plainly. My Lord Merkel gave me the one thing I desired, the one thing no other god could grant me. My daughter's life returned. Her heart beating once more. For that, he asked that I serve as his chosen. Join Orin and Gortash to grow the cult of the Absolute, and then take control of it. He's never had a more devoted follower. I have fought great wars before, in the service of other gods and other powers. But for Merkel, I would condemn all of Faerun to death. You are all that stands between me and my destiny. And you have brought the prism here. I will kill you now. And then I will raise you as my servant. Yes. Join the army of the dead, true soul. Witness Lord Merkel's glory.
Getting nowhere fast.
What a fool you are. You cannot kill me. I am eternal. Merkel, Lord of Bones, I am here. I am ready. I am yours.
You dare end one who belongs to me. I am the smile of the world-cleansed skull. I am the regrets of those who remain, and the restlessness of those who are gone. I am the haunt of mausoleums, the god of graves and age, of dust and dusk. I am Merkel, lord of bones, and you have slain my chosen. But it is no matter, for I am death, and I am not the end. I
Triad help us.
And now I'm going to do the fight.
Impossible. Death cannot take me. I am its master. My lord, hear me. Nothing. I am forsaken. You have no idea what you've done. Isobel.
Now, we pick our way toward our fates. Unleashed! You have my sword. My fealty. Do what you must. Then we fly this foul place.
And to complete, lift the Shadow Curse. Kill Ketheric Thorm like I just did, and then loot his body.
In death, the body is cooling, but energy radiates from the stone.
Remarkable. Truly. And now the picture comes together. The Absolute is neither god nor man. It is the Elder Brain you saw, held here by those three against its will. The crown it wears controls it, and these stones control the crown. It has been dominated. To master an Elder Brain, to subdue it. Our enemies are formidable. A temporary reprieve, but a welcome one. With a brain on its way to the city, its influence here is weakened. The crown's markings suggest it was forged in Netheril, an ancient empire whose mastery over magic rivaled that of the gods. It is a crown of domination. The stones were taken from its crest. They are nether stones, imbued with the ability to control the wearer of the crown. The crown's Netherese magic must be the true source of the parasite's abilities. This must be what elevates their potential. And it must be the reason nobody could heal you. If the crown can do this to the parasite, I dare not imagine what it is doing to the brain.
Netherese? These Chosen are powerful indeed to have such magic in their command.
One of them I know, Lord Enver Gortash, an arms dealer and a slaver. A worshipper of Bane, the god of tyranny. The other is a mystery to me, but the way she spoke, it is most likely she follows Baal, god of murder. Ketheric was a follower of Merkel, which means the Absolute is a front for the gods of death, and our enemies are the chosen of the dead three. Bane, Baal, and Merkel. The tyrant, the assassin, and the necromancer. They are known to pick from their most devout followers a chosen, granting them incredible powers. Each one alone would be a formidable enemy. But working together and controlling an elder brain, I dare not imagine what they might achieve. We prepare for the fight of our lives, and the lives of everyone in Faerun. The army of the Absolute is marching on Baldur's Gate. Within the city, an elder brain, brimming with power, ready to turn everyone within its reach into mind flayers. All it needs is an order. An order the Death God's chosen are on the cusp of giving. We must wrest control of the brain from the chosen before that happens. We must take their stones. Our chances of success are slim, but we must not fail. If we fail, everything ends. I will be your shield, but you must be the sword. And when the chance comes to strike, you must take it, for there may only be one chance.
And that is the act complete, and should be all of the side quests complete as well. Lift the Shadow Curse should be complete because I just killed Ketheric. And Find the Nightsong, we did that. So now I need to go to Baldur's Gate to continue Find the Nightsong.
Aelin! Isobel! My love. You were dead. I saw your body. I'm here. And so are you. And my father, he can't hurt us any longer. I dreamt every night that you'd come back to me. That somehow it was all a nightmare Dawn would undo.
I had no dreams at all. Nothing but darkness. And when I woke, my father said you were dead.
His soul was poisoned by the god of death. His sick devotion ruined him. But for all his sins, he brought you back to me. Are you all right?
I will be. And you?
In this moment, I want for nothing.
Ah, there you are. This is Aelin. Aelin, this is...
Oh, but we have met. This is the soldier that freed me most valiantly from the Shadowfell. They watched my boot crush the very brain of villainy, and fought well against your changed father.
May he rest in peace at last, now that he's dead. I have more to thank you for than I knew. And we have much to discuss. Perhaps we could join you in your camp later? We look forward to it.
You there, Sharon. By the fires of your camp's hearth, we will discuss all we must.
I'll be ready. Whatever you have to say had better be worth your life.
Now, you will leave us. We must take succor in one another's bodies and words.
Aelin! We'll see you later.
And that is Find the Nightsong.
The curse has been lifted, the land's cleansed of the shadows. Ketheric's reign of living death is over. Your courage has been tested, and in this at least, you have triumphed.
And we should have every quest complete. Lift the Shadow Curse is done because we killed him. And Find the Nightsong continues in Act 3. And with that said, I will be making the Act 3 all side quest video alongside this one, so expect that to be coming. And if you liked the video, leave it a like, subscribe for more guides to come, and I'll see you in the next one.